Hello, I'm Sharon Abaud, immigration attorney in Los Angeles. Today, I'm here live like I am every Tuesday to answer your immigration questions. This is a great opportunity for you to come on here and post a comment with your question, and I will answer your question directly. If you are watching the recorded video and you missed the opportunity to ask me a question live, no problem. Come see me next Tuesday and ask your question, or come learn from others' questions. A lot of the times people are asking questions that we all have, so it's really important that we all come on here and learn from each other. I want to ask you guys to please like and follow my page. That way next time I'm here live, you guys get a notification. That would be really helpful. And I also want to remind you guys to go ahead and leave your comment here with your question. I already see some questions. I'm really excited to answer them, but please leave your question here in the comments and I will answer it for you here live. I do get a lot of messages, a lot of messages and a lot of comments on the recorded videos later. I run this law office and I help clients all week long, and so I'm not able to dedicate as much time to read your questions on Facebook, but this is the time that I give you to answer your questions live. I'm here for you to answer your questions, and of course, I'm always here for you, available for a consultation if you want me to assess your case one-on-one. I'd be happy to do that. You can call 310-803-3040 or go to my website to schedule an appointment online. It's really easy. All right, so I'm really excited to jump into things. Hi, Melissa. I see that you were first in line. You asked a question before everyone else. And let's see. Good night. So happy you're doing this live. Me too. I'm excited to be here. My question is, my husband's petition for me and my 2 children was approved in May of this year. Congratulations. But I didn't receive any mail or email from the NVC as yet it has been 5 months now. What can we do? Please help. Okay. So let's see. Your husband, I'm assuming, is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. Right now, it shouldn't matter because the date is current. So the reason sometimes your petition might be approved, but it takes longer to forward to National Visa Center because maybe your visa isn't available yet. But that's not the case whether or not your husband is a citizen or a green card holder. You should have received notice by now, so you should be concerned, Melissa. You should definitely contact NVC and let them know that you have not received a notice. You have not received any mail or email. So definitely let them know, because when you don't contact NVC 1 year after your case is open, they typically close out your case. So we don't want that to happen. You definitely want to contact them and make sure you have that number. If you need my help, I can do that. You can start with a consultation and call 310-803-3040. But I do think this is something that you could contact them and see if that helps. If you have any problems, you should probably call me so that I can help. Melissa, I wish you the best of luck. I hope it all works out. Let us know. Jacinto. So I am going to answer something in Spanish really quick, but I will go back to English. Jacinto, los días martes solamente contesto preguntas en inglés. Los días jueves me dedico a contestar preguntas en español. Entonces puedo contestarle su pregunta en español el día jueves. Muchas gracias. I just told Jacinto, and this goes for everyone, that Tuesdays are my English day and Thursdays are my Spanish day. I do this because then it gets confusing and probably annoying for you if you don't speak both languages. So I focus Tuesday just on English questions and Thursdays on Spanish questions. So I espero verlo, Jacinto, el día jueves. All right, Melissa says thank you. Okay, please let us know what's going on. I wish you a lot of luck. Joanna is saying hello. Hi, nice to hear from you. And Melissa clarified that he is a green card holder, but Melissa, like I said, that shouldn't be a problem because your date is current, right? So you should have received that NVC notice by now. Tony says he loves my Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here every week. I remember I see you every week, so thank you so much for being here. Michael is asking, hi, how to update in my case? I have a new baby daughter. I just received my notice of action, but my daughter is not in the beneficiary. Okay, Michael, there's a lot of things I would need to know. I don't know, first of all, what type of case you're talking about, and I don't know what you mean by notice of action. And I mean, I don't know if by chance your baby daughter is I'm guessing you're abroad, you're not in the United States. If by chance your daughter is a U.S. citizen, I'm sorry, if your daughter's parent is a U.S. citizen, perhaps they can file for citizenship and not have to do the green card petition. But I do need to know more to be able to answer your question. If you need a consultation to schedule to see what your options are, you can always call 310-803-3040 or go to my website. It's really easy to schedule a consultation online. And for all my new viewers here, I just want to remind you that I'm here every single Tuesday answering questions in English live. This is the best way to reach me. Unfortunately, I do get a lot of questions once the video is recorded. I get a lot of comments and I get a lot of messages. So it's really, really hard for me to reach out to you all because I am an immigration attorney that's helping other clients throughout the week. So this is the time that I give to you to answer your questions. So if you missed me this Tuesday, make sure you catch me next week. I'm here every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. answering your questions live. And to make sure that you don't miss it, make sure you go ahead and like and follow me on Facebook. That way you receive a notification next time I'm here live. You can go ahead and ask me your question, or you can just sit there and watch as others ask questions that may apply to you. So Michael applied for his wife and his daughter hasn't been born yet. Okay, so I don't know, Michael, if you're a green card holder or if you're a citizen. I don't know what the situation is. Juan, I'm going to say something real quick in Spanish and I'll go back to English. So, Juan, los días jueves hago la cita, hago todo en español. Mi oficina cierra a las 5 p.m., entonces por eso no están contestando el teléfono ahora, pero puede llamar a cualquier hora entre las 9 de la mañana a las 5 de la tarde, lunes a viernes, y alguien puede ayudarle a hacer una cita. Si quiere hacer una cita ahora mismo, puede ir a mi página, baudlegal.com, está aquí arriba en el video. Muchas gracias. So, I just told Juan, he asked me a good question. He says that he tried to call right now, but no one answered. That's because the office, so reception is not answering phone calls after 5 p.m., but you can call 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or leave a voicemail with your phone number. We will call you back in the morning to set up an appointment. If you would like to schedule an appointment, you can also go online at aboutlegal.com and set up an appointment there. It's really easy that way. That you can do 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay, Eleazar, los días jueves contesto preguntas en español, los días martes me dedico solamente en inglés para evitar confusión entre los idiomas. Espero verlo de vuelta el día jueves a las 6 p.m. tiempo pacífico para contestarle su pregunta. And Michelle, hi Michelle, nice to see you back. Do you know how long it is taking for the waivers to get approved? So last I checked, I believe it's at around 9 months, but the best way for you to find out is to check where your I-601A, so look at the receipt, and at the bottom of the receipt, there's always an office where your case is being processed, but unless you received a notice later saying that your case was transferred somewhere else, if they transfer your case, you should know, but that's where your case is being processed, and then you can check online. You go to uscis.gov, uscis.gov. There you just click on check processing times and you put the form, which is I-601A, and then the appropriate office that's reviewing your case. And then there you'll get the right amount of time that you should expect to receive your waiver. If immigration does require, in order for them to put a request to see what's going on with your case, they do need to see that your case was filed more than a certain time. So it'll give you all that information once you check it out. But that's the best way for you to know because the times may vary a little bit. Great question. Thank you. And okay, so Michael, I'm guessing that what happened, so by notice of action, that can mean that you got your receipt. That could mean that you got an approval. So I don't know. If it's a receipt, you still have to wait some time for a decision. If it's probably about 6 to 9 months. If it's an approval, then you should expect to get a response. You should expect to hear from NBC within 30 days of the approval. But since you're a green card holder, so that tells me that you can't make your daughter a citizen. So you may want to, I think you may want some assistance with this. I would, just because I feel like it's a little complicated to go into detail here. You can schedule consultation by going online or by calling my office, 310-803-3040. As a reminder, you will probably have to leave a voicemail today because the phones are closed, but you can call either early morning, 9 a.m., or leave a voicemail, and we will call you right back early in the morning to schedule an appointment. But it's really easy to just go online. That is available 24/7. You can go to www.aboudlegal.com, and there you can set up an appointment to just online, and you can set that up yourself. It's pretty easy. Let's see. Jacinto, can I get my driver's license if I get a social security from this country? So driver's license, I get a lot of driver's license questions, but really this is a hard one for me to answer because it really depends state by state. And social security doesn't have anything to do with your immigration status. Back in the 90s, people were able to get a real socials, or maybe before, people were able to get real social security numbers without really having an immigrant status. And now that's not possible, as we know. And also you may just have had a work permit in the past that gave you a social security number, but you don't have a work permit anymore. So just because you have a social security number, it doesn't mean that you have lawful status here right now. So that's really important to know. Second is that it really depends on the state that you live in. So for example, California does have a program called AB60 that's for people without lawful status, because and with that, there are people without some lawful status are able to get driver's license. You just have to see what the rules are with your state. But a lot of the times what happens is just because you have the social security, they're going to ask you for some lawful, like, some proof that you're of identity to go with it. And so if there's a status requirement, then you might have a problem getting a driver's license, even if you have a social security. Good question. Joanna says, can we ask anything about immigration? Is it for free? Thank you. Yes. So here it is free. I'm giving you the opportunity in this Facebook Live to ask me questions for free. All I ask is that you try to maintain your personal information personal. Remember that this is a public forum, and so people are looking at your information. So just be careful with what you put out there. But yes, general immigration questions I can answer for you here. That's the whole point of this, so that I have one place to answer all your questions. People send me messages and comments all week, and I unfortunately don't have the time to keep up with all of those. But this is the best way for me to answer all your questions directly. I give this time to you. If you do want me to go into your case in more depth and you want me to analyze your case one-on-one, I'm happy to do that. You can schedule an appointment by calling 310-803-3040. Or you can go to the website, aboudlegal.com. I recommend, if you want to set up an appointment right now, to go online and set up the appointment, because phones are not being answered right now. They will be answered tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so you can call the number, leave a voicemail now, and we will get back to you early in the morning. Let's see. And Michelle, okay, so Michelle just filed her waiver, it looks like. Michael, I will get to you in a second. Michelle just filed her waiver, it looks like, and it should take about 30 days to get your receipt notice. And then shortly after, you should receive an appointment notice for your fingerprints. So you should get that shortly after filing. I hope you filed with a mailing tracking number so that you can make sure that the mail was received. But there we go. Jacinto is happy with my answer. Thank you so much for being here. And Michael. So there are certain rules. Your situation is a little tricky because since you're a citizen, you can't, we have to do it a little bit of a long way. But you actually may be able to include her as the baby as a derivative, or you may have to file another I-130. But either way, you're gonna have to update your case at this stage, because now you're going to be dealing with National Visa Center. So I would try to include her at this stage because she was born after. So it is a little tricky, but because you could directly file for both, I mean, right now the children category is current as well. So that's why I'm thinking that you may have to file for her individually. But this is something that I think we would need to look more in depth to and see what the best option would be for you. I know that this is, if it were that there was a way, I would say more directly that we could just include her as a derivative of your wife, but that's not the case here. So I think that this is something we would need to look into in more depth. Jacinto's. Okay, Jacinto's asking if my offices are in California or in some other state. So I only have an office in California, but I am able to help with affirmative applications and affirmative cases throughout the world. So basically anything that's not court or, detention, because I'm not right there. So I do help with different types of cases all over the world. And, with technology nowadays, it's getting easier. So Jacinto creo que me entendió eso. And let's see. And just as a reminder for everyone, I do come here every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I'm here live every single week. And just to answer your questions, because I do get a lot of questions throughout the week, and I figured I need to create a place where everyone can just ask me their questions and I can provide answers. So that does mean that if you end up asking me a question on the recorded video or you send me a message later, I probably won't be able to answer your question the way I answer it here. So make sure you come to my next Facebook Live. I'm here every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. And just to make sure you don't miss it, make sure you like and follow my page so that you receive a notification the next time I am here. If you want me to look into your case one-on-one individually, you need something more than the answers that I give here, I'd be happy to help. You can schedule an appointment by calling 310-803-3040 Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or you can go to my website, aboutlegal.com, to schedule your appointment. And so Joanna is asking me, can a lawful permanent resident petition his wife, so they're not married yet, and minor children? Thank you. Yes, and now is the best time to do it, guys. That's a great leeway to the visa bulletin for November 2019 topic. So every month, the visa bulletin comes out that's telling us what visas are available, right? And there's this sort of like miracle that happened in June, and it's still happening, where the category, and I never saw this happen before, but the category for resident spouse or children became current. And for a very long time, the spouses and children of residents have been having to wait. Even if their case was approved, they had to wait for a visa to become available to continue their case. And this delayed their case oftentimes by years. So this is really something amazing. The visas are now all current for that category, for the category of minor children and lawful permanent resident spouses of green card holders. It's really amazing. So basically, if you marry so hopefully by the time that this may change, because it looks like you haven't filed the I-130 yet, but it's really going to depend on how long it takes to get your I-130 approval and what the status will be at that time. Because right now you're going to file, but it really matters how long the visas are taking, what visas are available at the time that your I-130 is approved. So that's what's going to matter. If you're so lucky and this is still the case, then it can be a process of about a year, a little more than a year, depending on which country you're from and how long your embassy is taking. But, if you had the I-130 approval right now, it would be a pretty swift, breezy process, depending again on the embassy that you're at. So it really depends, Joanna. If you are close, I do recommend that if you are close to becoming a citizen, definitely try to become a citizen, because you may be able to, first of all, when your minor children enter, they would be considered U.S. citizens if they're still minors at the time they enter with the green card. So you would skip the whole naturalization process. They would become automatic citizens just because you're a citizen at the time that they enter as a green card holder. So you're going to save that process. Also, it just might be a faster process, because I don't know how long these visas are going to be like this. I mean, this is really a miracle. Every month I'm looking at the visa bulletin waiting for it to not be current anymore, and it's still current. It's really amazing, but I don't know how long it's going to last. So if it's the situation, Joanna, where you are still you are very close to becoming a citizen or something else is stopping you, I would try to become a citizen before you petition, or maybe petition and become a citizen at the same time and see if that way that when your children enter, they can be citizens. All right, Teodoro. After you marry a legal U.S. citizen, how much time do you have to wait in order to be able to apply for a green card or residency? So once you become, okay, so after you marry a legal U.S. citizen, how much time do you have to wait in order to be able to apply? So right away, I don't know. It just really depends on your case and how much evidence, you want to make sure you have evidence, of your marriage, but most people file pretty quickly after, right? Because you want to start your life together, and this whole paperwork thing is separating you. So especially if you're apart, you probably want to start soon, right? So I would file as soon as possible. If you just got married, you probably don't have like bank statements or so. Just start gathering those even after you file. So by the time your interview comes, you can present the additional evidence. Because it's pretty typical that if you're just married, you're not going to have a lot of evidence. But do send evidence of your relationship together, which could be like letters or texts, or you probably haven't filed taxes together yet because you just got married. But definitely, there's no amount of time. There's no amount of time preventing you. Like, you don't have to be married a certain time before you can file. There's no such rule. So go ahead and file so you can get this thing started. It does take a while. So wish you the best of luck. If you need any help, we can call me for a consultation. You can call me at 310-803-3040 or go to my website to schedule an appointment. Edward has a question. Edward, los días martes solamente contesto preguntas en español, los días jueves me dedico, martes inglés, los días jueves me dedico solamente a las preguntas en español. Por favor, vuelva el día jueves y le contesto su pregunta a las 6 p.m. tiempo pacífico. Ahí lo espero. Okay, Michael is from, Melissa is so happy when she got the good news. I can imagine. I know how much work goes behind it, and I know this is just, you're one step closer. So I really hope that this all works out for you, that you are able to further the process. Michael is from Washington. I just received my approval in August. Do I need to worry to receive any other next step? And I have to go back and remember, Michael is a green card holder. Okay, so you should worry because it's been about 2 months. Typically, national visa. So what's happening, Michael, once your case is approved, if there's a visa available for you, it'll get forwarded to the National Visa Center. So your case is no longer with USCIS. Your case file is now with the National Visa Center. About 30 days after approval, they typically contact you to let you know you have a case open with National Visa Center. They'll give you a case number. If you have not received that yet, you should be a little concerned. I typically receive, for my clients, I receive them within 30 days of the approval, less or more or less. So you should probably, like I advised Melissa, you should contact the National Visa Center. Do that, because what happens if you let this go on, so if you let this go on and you wait more than a year, they can just terminate your case. So you want to maintain contact with the National Visa Center at least once a year so that your case is not terminated. Good question. And this seems to be a common theme. So if you have not heard from the National Visa Center about 30 days after approval, you should contact them to see what is going on. And Teodolo is a DACA holder, but how long is the process? So Teodolo married, I'm guessing, we didn't know, but I'm guessing you're the one who married a legal U.S. citizen, and you're asking me how long that process will take. By virtue of being a DACA holder, it doesn't mean that you're eligible to adjust status. So I don't know enough about your case to know what's going on. I don't know if you have to leave the country. I don't know if you're immigrating here. I don't know what's going on. So that really depends. I would need to know all those details to answer your question. For people immigrating in the United States, it also depends on their local office, how long they're taking to process adjustment of status cases. And for people traveling outside of the country, it depends on the embassies. There's embassies that are taking about 2 months to give out interviews. There's others taking more than a year, like Mexico. So it really depends on your case. I can't give you a time frame because it all changes. Yes, Teodolo. So even with that, I don't know what immigration process you're taking. So I don't know your next steps. I don't know how long the process will take. But if any of you want a consultation with me, I would be happy to help. You can call 310-803-3040, or you can go to my website 24/7 to schedule an appointment yourself at aboutlegal.com. Teodoro has been here about 18 years, never been out of the country. Again, that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know if you're immigrating here in the United States or if you have to leave, if you need a waiver. I don't know. And all these things can vary, can change your case. I don't know what's going on. So I ask all of you to go ahead, and I hope you all come back. This was a really nice session. I hope you guys all come back and join me next week. I'm here every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. answering questions live. This is the best way for me to answer your questions, guys, because throughout the week, I get a lot of comments and a lot of messages. And because I'm a busy immigration attorney every day of the week, it's really hard for me to keep up with the questions. This is the best way for me to answer your questions live. I catch all of you here, and this is just the best way for me to answer your question. I'm here every single Tuesday in English at 6 p.m. and in Spanish, I answer on Thursdays. I want to remind you guys to go ahead and like and follow my page. That way you don't miss the next video next week, and you receive a notification when I'm here live. It's really helpful that way. I'm really excited that you guys were all here with me today. Okay, I have a few more questions. I'm going to take one from Familia and one more from Michael, and then I'll end it. So Familia Botello, what happens if me and my mom were in one case and it's been more than 20 years and she got her citizenship about a year ago? What happens to the case from years back? Okay, I don't know what kind of case this is. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know enough, but typically when you have two types of, again, I'm scared to answer this question because I don't know if you're talking about like a court case, or I don't know what's going on. But if it's like, let's say you filed, like your aunt filed for your mom 20 years ago, and then she got her citizenship another way. So that's just, you're just not going to pursue that. It's no big deal. If you're talking about a court case that happened and something like, I mean, I don't know what happened there. We could have a problem. And Michael is asking if I accept online appointments. I do accept online appointments. I help people all over the world. A lot of people aren't here yet and they want to be here. So I do online appointments for them. You can schedule an appointment online by going to aboutlegal.com or by calling 310-803-3040 during business hours. Okay, so thank you guys. This was a really fun session. Thank you guys for all the great, interesting questions. It's nice to see all of you guys again. I love being here. I love answering your questions, and I really hope to see you all next week. Don't forget to like and follow my page, and don't forget to share so that people in your community can benefit from this information. You never know who you are helping. It's really important that we all inform each other and educate each other so that we know what our options are. The saddest thing to me is when someone comes to my office and I find out that they could have qualified for something years ago, but they missed that chance. That is really sad. So it's really important that we all stay in touch, in tune with each other, and inform each other and educate each other and help each other. So I can't wait to see you guys next week, and take care. See you then.